guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on this 2012 Honda CRF 250R 4-stroke that we just picked up a couple weeks ago. It doesn't start yet. We're going to get it started in today's video, hopefully. And then we still have the 125 2-stroke still. And off camera, we were working on it a little bit. We got the engine put back together. It's leaking a little bit of oil still, so we have to pull apart one of the cases. There's like 3 separate components to the case, so we'll pull one of those apart, and we gotta, I think, tap and die some of the bolt holes out to put a little bit bigger bolts because they are stripped out for some reason. And I mean, it is an old bike. Who knows? We got it off Marketplace. I don't know if we stripped it out or if they stripped it out. Said it needed a top end rebuild. The whole thing was like just screwed up. So that's Facebook Marketplace for you. You never know what you're gonna buy. But it was still a fun rebuild. A bunch of like sleepless nights, long nights we pulled out in the shop. But everything on the interior, like inside of the engine all works, all the gears are running, whatever. I'll get more into this bike whenever we actually start working on it. But for now, we're gonna tear into this bike. And I don't wanna keep talking, I don't wanna bore you guys. Let's just get right into tearing it apart. I guess we had the choke on whenever we started it. Or the first few times we cranked it, we didn't have the choke on. And then I put the choke on and cranked it a few more times. But it was a ton, we cranked it a ton off camera until it finally sounded like it was gonna start. A lot of it we didn't record because there's no point. Then we got it started. We pulled the choke up, pushed it in, and then it ran a little bit and it died. So we're gonna see what the problem is with that. We don't exactly know what it is yet. Could be like a gelled up fuel injector, could be that problem. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. As it's idling, it sounds like there's something like clinking in the engine almost. I don't know exactly what that is. Never messed with something like this before, so we're gonna figure it out as we go, I guess. But all there is to it is to dig into it, make sure we can figure out the issue. But at least we got it started, that's nice. Listed on Marketplace as a non-run and drive. We brought it home within a few days. We got it cranked up and running. So this thing it's a beast, 250R. Hopefully we can fix this thing quick and resell it. We're gonna go ahead and check out the wear and tear parts on this thing, as like the clutch and some of the other stuff. The spark plug, we're probably gonna have to replace that. It's an old spark plug, we're just gonna go ahead and replace that. These handles are all worn up, torn apart, all kind of crappy looking. This handle here, the lever's broken. we already went ahead and ordered some new ones. Those are gonna look nice. For the grips, they're just gonna be some standard grips, nothing crazy. We already have those ordered as well. We do have them back here. We have the grips here, just some regular, I don't know what better lighting. I don't know what this is better lighting. And then we have the brake levers and the clutch lever as well. These are gonna look really nice on the bike. I'll just muck them up real quick. They're gonna match. They're not the exact color red, but they're still gonna look a lot nicer and a lot better than these ugly handles that are broken and cracked. So we're gonna go ahead. I don't know if we'll mess with these in this video. These are just minor issues on this bike that we're gonna fix later probably. If we can in this video fix it, we will. If not, that's not the big issue here. These are just super easy and we already have them bought out anyway, or not bought out. We already bought them anyway. So what we're gonna do though is go ahead and mess with the fuel injector probably, mess with the clutch, and there's a little bit of oil leaking. We're gonna see where that's coming from. We're gonna go ahead and pull that spark plug as well. Pull the gas tank, the seat already comes off, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that seat out. And then we're gonna go ahead and pull the gas tank so we can get a better view of what's happening underneath. And let's get to work. Alrighty guys, so we have a few of the parts on order, like our fuel line. We already ordered the clutch, like you guys saw, it's sitting in oil right now. Usually whenever they do the clutches, they'll change out the clutch basket and everything as well. All that stuff's still good on this bike, so we're good with that. And then we're gonna move on to the 125. Like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna work on that bike as well as we wait on parts. So on this bike here, we put the engine back in and it leaks a little bit of oil. Around this gasket here, it's leaking oil. The bolts, I guess whenever we put it in, we kind of over tightened it, or I don't know exactly what happened, or if it was already stripped out because this is an old bike. So we're gonna get those tapped and dyed. I think that's how you say it. It's kind of a weird word, but we're gonna get that tapped and dyed. The hole's all ready to go, and let's just get right into it. We're gonna start working.
We actually took out this engine, we re-tapped them, we actually missed one of them. So what we're gonna have to do now is pull it back out, and then we're gonna have to re-tap and get a fatter bolt. And for now, that's gonna be set aside, and we're gonna go ahead and start working on this 4-stroke again. We do have the clutch. Clutch came in. This has been sitting for about 2 days, so that should be fine. We're gonna go ahead and put that in. And also, this fuel line right here at this quick disconnect, there's an O-ring in there and that's leaking. So we went ahead and just ordered a new hose. And what we're gonna do now is just go ahead and just install it.
Alright, so we just got the clutch put back in. Everything works. The clutch works all good now. We took it out for a little test drive just to see if it works, but we didn't record any of that. It took way longer than expected just because we didn't have the right clutch. We ordered one, it said it fit online. When we got it in, there's like a separate pattern. There's the first one or two, I think it's the first one, it has a little bit different pattern than the rest of them.
One has like a larger diameter around the actual
the inner diameter
clutch.
is a little bit different. So we ordered it was a pain in the butt. We took that thing apart like probably 10 times on the low end, but took it apart, put it back together, took it apart, put it back together. Finally it's working, and then there's still a little bit of a fuel leak and the injector's still messed up, we're thinking. So
We'll probably just order a new injector, honestly.
yeah, so we're gonna get a new injector. We already have that pulled. We had to tear the subframe and whatnot apart. So we're gonna get that new injector ordered. Won't happen in this video just because
We're just trying to get a video out too, because you know we haven't posted in forever. So
yeah, so we haven't posted in a while either. So we're trying to get back on it. And now that's all for this bike. This it runs and drives. Everything's good on it besides the injector. So we're gonna get the injector swapped out, fix that fuel leak. I think there's a few seals that are leaking as well in the gas tank on this bike. So we're gonna get this one switched over.
that's on the fuel pump on itself. The seals I think
Yeah.
are leaking. So
And then for the two-stroke, this thing does run now. It's idling super high for some reason. We're trying to figure that out still. We got the cooling system put on it, the air box back on it. We're still messing with the throttle, adjusting that to make sure this thing will idle good. But as you guys can tell,
well, we're gonna throw in a clip of it actually running.
yeah.
Probably at the very end of the video, just to show that it actually runs. But it idles very loud, and I
This
think
thing
it's the
idles-
air
this thing idles
fuel.
way too loud. So, and way too high. That's the thing. It's way too high RPM. It idles. So we're gonna get all that stuff swapped over. This video is all over the place, bouncing from one bike to the other bike. There's just gonna be a bunch of fast.
Oh, and we
forward clips.
actually got that cooling system on too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I said that. We got the
Oh,
cooling
did you?
on it. Yeah. So we got the cooling on there. This thing works.
It cools
It's
it down.
getting warm. This
Yeah.
thing's working. If you guys have any ideas on what could be wrong with this, we'd appreciate if you drop a comment as well. For some reason, it just keeps a high idle, like I said before. And when it blows out the exhaust, it doesn't blow out anything warm. It just stays cool.
No, it's kind of warm. It doesn't get.
Yeah, it doesn't get hot.
It doesn't
like
get
it's
real
supposed to. And then, like I said, this video is just bouncing from bike to bike. There's just going to be a ton of like what is that called? Time-lapse video of going back and forth between the
Yeah,
bikes.
most of the end of this video is probably, most of it is probably just fast forwarding anyways,
A
because
ton of it will be just fast forwarding.
it takes twice
I
as
wanted to
long
explain
working,
what was going on as well. Just a ton of time waiting for parts, waiting for stuff to come in. But for the next video, it probably won't be on these bikes just because we'll be waiting for parts. So we're gonna get this thing cleaned up in here, the shop cleaned up.
We got a new build.
It's all nasty, yeah. So we do have a new build. We also didn't forget about the truck. The truck will still be getting worked on. But this build, we want to get it done so we can get it as a daily driver. But that
Yeah.
truck is just a restoration, and that thing will be like bouncing back and forth between builds. We'll get on that truck too very soon. But
Look at this mess we got right now. We got to clean up all this.
yeah, we have a big mess in here just because we're trying to work. I mean, we're out of here at like 10, 11.
Well, we all
o'clock at
both
night.
work full-time jobs, so
Yeah, and it sucks to sit there and pick it up every single night. But we will get this thing cleaned up since I don't have anything else to do for tonight. And it's pretty early still, so I'm going to go ahead and clean the shop up so that way we can introduce the new build and we'll get that thing pulled in here as well. So catch you guys next time.